Go, gadget flow. I'm on my go, gadget flow. Go, gadget flow. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the RadarVault podcast. You know what time it is, making music. Always out here to give you that good, depending on how the fuck you feel. And on this episode, it's another vibe. I always tell all y'all, it's a vibe with me. Crazy. Now I got my day ones again. It's like I feel like I have multiple day ones.
Day zero.
Yeah,
20.
But first of all, let's get Aramide into the picture. So Aramide is here with me, and we go way back. Now I don't want to spill the beans. If I spill the beans, it might get complicated. But Aramide is here with me, man. We go way back, and she pulled up today because it was impromptu. Because literally, I just called her out today. I was like, "Yo, Aramide, can you pull up?" She was like, "Hell yeah!" Like normally, I would have done this like a week ago, but today we made it happen, and that's how you know someone. That's how you know someone that's real.
Day ones.
Day ones. But secondly, on the other side, hey. Where make I start? She not from beginning, or not from now, or not from waiting we don't do. God. But listen, man, we have a track together. It's called Calling, man. You understand me? And we killed that. It's out everywhere you listen to music. We busted that motherfucker. Mecca Mills featuring Zuki, man. We got Zuki Man in the motherfucking building, man. Zuki Man, what's up?
What's good, brother?
What's good, my nigga?
You know when you called, I had to pull up. No? Come on,
no
stop
stressing, nah. But it's all good, man. It's all good. We're out. Like I said, RadarVault, we popping. And so today we're talking about something very, very fun. We're not trying to go into in depth with a lot of things. You know, we're just trying to talk about something very cool, something very fun. We're talking about Lagos girls. You know, anything that happen for Lagos, man,
stays in Lagos.
Sometimes not money for hand, the back for ground.
You say sometimes.
Mentally.
You say sometimes. All the time.
Not all the time, please. Sometimes. Not all the time.
Sometimes. So we're talking about Lagos girls and just the craziness of it, how it works. It's just basically just our own experience of what Lagos girls is, and it's fun to have Aramide on the podcast to give her own perspective of it, and have Zuki Man out here also trying to give his own perspective of it. So, like I always do, this is like a ritual for me. I always like to ask people how transitioning felt like, you know, because I know how hectic it could be. I feel like it's something that we obviously have to show to the world to just let everybody know, like, okay, so this is what it was. So, Aramide, how was it coming out here to the show, work, hustle, whatever it is, the stress, and just pulling up, you know, making it happen, man? How did your day go today, typically?
My day, I was on my bakery. When I finished, I said, okay, let me go out and relax a bit. And then you called. Then I had to pull up. Lagos little traffic here and there. I'm sure you all conversant with how Lagos traffic was.
Of course. You know how that go.
You cannot miss a day without traffic in Lagos.
Yeah, facts.
You can't. There is no day that you will not jump.
Well, what about some good days on Sundays?
It depends on the location. On this VI, you will see small traffic. Small.
But if you have a low pro car, right? I think like Sundays are your best days to actually really enjoy it. What do you think?
Lagos. Yeah. Things happen 24/7.
Except for the potholes. All the potholes where government don't talk so they go fix for us. But una they try. That's it now. So Zuki, what's popping? Like how was it coming down here?
Brother, you know how it is. I was in the gym earlier.
Yeah.
Putting work. Then when you called, I had to like come through.
Make it happen. Zuki may know the door, man. Zuki may know the door. Me, I no feel like I tell you facts, man. But man, it is what it is, man. You gotta know to know. Sometimes it gets some kind of things where we say you're not supposed to talk. Some kind of things you go just happen. Zuki may they happen. You understand? You know what they say? Action speaks louder than words.
Bro.
That's what it is, man. You understand what I mean? So we're talking about Lagos girls. We're talking about a lot of things about Lagos girls and just how your experiences out here in Lagos could be, you know, with the feminine side and what you can expect. Because don't expect it to be the same thing where you're at, because it definitely it's not going to be the same thing where you're at. It's going to be different out here. You understand what I mean? So when you come in here, man, you got to come correct. Man. Ain't nobody sleeping, man. You snooze, you lose. If you lose, they chop you.
For these Lagos, since they happen.
So before we jump into all that Lagos talk, let's just have like a general overview of what the expectations is in Lagos when you come up and you want to approach a Lagos girl.
I'd like to hear your perspective.
Yeah,
Why me first?
I mean, you're a girl.
go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Well, basically, as a man, before you approach a girl in Lagos, you need to look good. Lagos girls, we don't like men that do not look good. From your head to your toe, you need to smell good. Lagos boys, please.
Smell good.
You need to smell good. You need to look good, and your pocket has to be fat. But most Lagos girls don't give a shit if you are not good looking. In as much as your pocket is fat, you tick all the boxes that they have. That's just how I think it is in Lagos. Appearance, smell, and how fat your pocket is.
Seriously, appearance, smell, and how fat the bag is.
Yeah, the bag, not pocket. Thank you.
Pot belly type of pocket.
So I think that's my perspective, basically. Yeah.
Zuki, what do you think?
Bruh, I want to ask you a question. Is there true love in Lagos?
That's a deep one.
It's very, very deep because I've not found my own love yet in this Lagos. Maybe I need to go to Abuja and look for love. I really don't know.
Abuja, okay. Which be that?
I'm supposed to in Lagos.
See, which kind of love way they find for Abuja, where they will find for Lagos?
I never see for Lagos. Maybe I'll be lucky in Abuja. Maybe, just maybe.
More the whole home. It's a more homebound scenario. But I mean, you can still find love in ABJ. But I mean, Lagos is like the pick. It's like
love in Lagos.
It's like the point of it all. If you can do it in Lagos, you can do it anywhere in Nigeria.
In the fucking world.
In the fucking world, man.
Actually,
That's
Lagos,
it.
just to Lagos, please.
Just to Lagos, man. Just to Lagos. Just to Lagos. Just to Lagos. That's the hub of Africa right there. It needs that kind of toast. But if you can do it here, you can do it anywhere in the world. So
Facts.
I'm even capping when I can be discriminative about like certain places like ABJ. I'm not really fond of it. I stayed in ABJ for almost half a year.
Yeah, you be ABJ boy.
Never really had fun. Huh?
We've chilled in ABJ before.
We chilled in ABJ before. I never really had fun, man.
ABJ.
I always still have to come back to Lagos because like I don't want to be slow. But this is no discrimination to the niggas out in ABJ living their life and making it happen. Because I know it's always in the house. I'm not cool that thing. But Zuki, tell me now. You ask that same man, say, man, is there love in Lagos? Ask me, make I tell you whether love there or not. I know.
You were in love for a while, bro.
Yeah, I was in love for a minute, man. But it wasn't some ABJ girl or some girl from New York.
Yeah.
Or Chicago. And then it all went bad. And then she just fucked shit up. And she lost the real one. She can never see a nigga like Mecca again in her life.
Bro.
Never. Mecca Mills is too fucking much. Facts. But Lagos is where it is. I spent some time in ABJ. My sister lives in ABJ. And I relaxed out there. And I did a lot. I spent like half a year in there. And I always just wanted to come back because the vibe out here was just like super surreal. You can't find love. You just have to look in the right places.
I think you can.
You can.
That's
you
very
can.
positive.
The right places, like
That's actually a positive thing to say.
You can. Yeah, you can. You can. If you go towards the right directions. I wouldn't say the right places. Towards the right directions. You sort of like have to pick the right people for you. Or like, let's say you step out and the energy is positive and you can sense because you're smart. Because the idea of it is if you're not smart, you're gullible. So because you're gullible, they're going to take advantage of you. You understand? But if you have that street mentality, you all right? Then you do what they say, you act like a fool so that the fool that think they're fooling you fool themselves.
Wow. Well,
but bro, you don't think everything out here is kind of like transactional?
It definitely is, man.
Lagos is transactional.
But it doesn't mean there ain't no love.
But then, based on transactions, if you don't have money, you don't deserve
talking about?
love. That's how we read in Lagos. If you don't have money, why are you in love? You gotta make money before you fall in love.
But what about people that their family will tell them just go get married and you guys can build it together and you can grow from nothing to something.
I don't believe in growing
So
from
you're
nothing
saying
to
that's for the
something.
old cats,
That's for
Me,
the
I don't
old
believe
school.
in
not
growing from nothing.
not the young ones like us.
That doesn't work anymore.
It does not work.
Yeah,
The
I think
rich
a lot
marry
of
the rich.
a lot of it truly is transactional in Lagos. Like it's very simple. It's two transactions, so you have two things. This is my opinion. I want to hear you guys' opinion, but first, let me go with my opinion. Right, there are two things, right?
Yeah.
It's either you meet up a girl and you approach her and you get it straight up from the onset that this is what we're doing, transactional. Bam, bam. You know, I do my jiggy jiggy flow. You go. I do my jiggy jiggy flow. And you go and you keep it very simple, or you feel like you meet someone that you can actually connect with and you can go beyond that and you try to approach her in that kind of like limelight to be like, okay, because you want to just find out or test her perspective and if it gives you the right vibes, you can then now reciprocate and then be like, okay, wait, maybe this person is not really all about transactional and we can go deeper. Or you go strictly indirect. But I would always respect Lego girls because I don't want to put everybody in one basket.
Thank you.
You
I was
understand?
gonna say that. Thank you.
Because there are a lot of them.
It's just that
There are a lot of them out there that actually do want exactly what I'm describing, but it's very difficult to pinpoint which one exactly because there's a flood. So imagine when it is a flood, how can you literally find or figure out someone, right, that's not on that transactional realm? Someone tell me something.
I think if you have conversations.
Have you been deceived before?
He's like, you've been going through a lot of life.
Zukime will finish you. This topic.
He's like, the girls are really want you.
Conversation with me.
You're hurt.
He will finish you.
No, I'm actually hot.
Nothing.
I won't even front. I'm actually hot. I'm coming
You're hurt.
out from like a very serious relationship that didn't work out. So,
Yeah,
Both of you are.
both.
I mean, he too, but it's just weird that three of us were three eligible young people that are all single. Why? Have you asked yourself why?
I can answer that for you. So late because we demand more. We demand a little bit more than what we're getting.
From both sides.
Both sides, yeah. And it's very, very confusing because like you could get up, you could give everything to one person in Lagos, and man, the right person with the right bag can just take it away from you in like 2 seconds.
Is that
Like I said,
And it's not because that's what they want. It's because of the environment that they're in and the economy that we're in and how difficult it is to actually strive. So it's all a game of like who's got what back. Period. That's what it is.
I feel like Lagos is a mixture of like very extremely rich people,
and
average people, and poor people.
Yeah. Upper class, middle class, lower class.
You understand? So when you have a mixture of that in a society,
an equal mixture.
it goes crazy.
It's not equal. Come on. You can't say equal. The lower class are way more than the
Way
middle
more,
class. The middle
definitely
class
way
are way
more.
more than the high
True.
class.
You're right on that.
No, it's not equal.
It's not
So
equal
there's a whole
country.
lot going down here. It's really hard. I feel like I have friends that got married, and in 3 months, 4 months, the marriage is over here in
The
Lagos.
Gen Z
Facts.
generation. Like,
Telling
you
you,
say
it's
3
going
months.
crazy,
You
right?
not see, you not see
It's
2
not
weeks.
even about
What pisses
getting
me
married
off, yeah, it's not even about
anymore.
the 3 months of the. What pisses me off is the point of attraction is the kind of wedding they're gonna throw.
So this is the thing. So
It
1
It's
minute.
fucking crazy.
People are freaked out about the wedding, not the marriage.
Not the marriage itself.
It's
Yeah,
the wedding.
presentation.
It's the day. They're not bothered about the marriage itself. It's the wedding, the party. I have this much money. I want to throw this. I want to oppress this person. I want my wedding to be so loud. You understand me? It's about the wedding, not the marriage. So they tend to skip a lot of steps along the way.
Yeah,
Before eventually
some
stepping out and
fundamental factors that holds a relationship together.
And on the long run, it ends.
Yeah, it's similar to someone like, let's say in a remote area, just being like, yo, the mom is like, you must marry before you're 13, you must marry before you're blah 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 blah, you know, that kind of stuff. And then all you're just really trying to do is please your mom, not really involved in the relationship that you're in, you know. And then you try so hard to please your mom, the first person that comes up to you to be like, hey, kneels down and gives you a ring, you jump on it
Immediately.
not even trying to know who the person is, because it's oppression, and it's very rampant.
Oppression in Lagos is real.
It's real. It's fucking real.
It's very rampant. But
Don't let them pressure you in Lagos.
man, don't be pressured, man, because last na your pocket.
Hey.
Last now your pocket last now. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be so like lopsided with the whole situation. Excuse me. I don't want to be so lopsided with the whole situation, because I know there are still a bunch of decents. But I feel like the more we're going and the more we're graduating into a different firm, right? We're drifting into that world where like it's going to be more acceptable to do certain things that is currently happening, to break up at any time, to feel entitled because you've met someone and you feel like the person is up to the standard of what you want, so your entitlement is so high. Or to feel that because you are sexy, no, don't get me wrong, you need to be capped on a certain level. There's a lot that goes into a lot of things that happen to a lot of people in Lagos, right? Especially the girls.
Don't let girls drag you on Twitter.
But let's now go into the social media realms, right? I heard a song. It's a Frank Ocean song, and it was like an interlude, and it was like talking about how he was with a girl and she broke up with him because he refused to follow her on Facebook, and which is really strange for me, because that's some of the things I've experienced personally. Because the moment I decide not to put someone on my social platform, or I decide I do not want to follow you, even though I care about you with all my heart, and I say I don't want to follow you on social media because I have a reason for it, you automatically think that
there's more to it.
There's more to it than it is. And that is how it is. Social media is taking up the game. The algorithm is taking up the game. Sexuality is taking up the game, but I don't want to go there. I feel like that's going to be a different topic. But all those things are kind of like drifting us in a different kind of like realm. And aside from that, fame is taking everything away. Like a girl will respect the man that has a tick on Instagram than her own boyfriend that wakes up every morning and every night to show her maximum love. And I'm not I'm not capping. If you got a tick on Instagram right now, there's a reason why you got that tick on Instagram, because you know you're getting bitches. Period. And if you think I'm capping, get a tick yourself and then find out.
Find out. Not to self. To you.
Let's find out. So tell me from your own perspective, when guys come up to you and meet you and you be like, I want to see your friend, I want to talk to you, I want stuff. What kind of information do you gather from it and get from that?
You.
Me?
Answer.
I should answer. Am I a girl? Nobody wants to talk to you.
I really don't know right now.
It could be crazy. Because like I understand that like girls have to put up this persona of themselves where they have to be posh, they have to be bougie, they have to be sexy, they have to look a certain type of way, they have to dress a certain type of way to go out, and they have to
have
create this kind of aura. There's a reason for that, because you're trying to attract something.
So like
you can't do that. You can't go through all that process of building yourself independently and physically, not to have an agenda towards it. So when you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, I'm going to go to this club, I'm going to this place, I'm going to dress up, I'm going to, whatever the case may be, you put a presence, right? What kind of guys are you trying to attract?
What if I'm actually not trying to attract any guy and I just want to do good? Have you ever thought of that?
No, okay. But let me ask you a question.
What's this?
99 out of every time you want to go out of 100%, how many times you go out trying to attract someone? Trying to look nice.
To be very honest, I do not dress to attract anybody. I dress because I want to look good. That's just me.
Maybe she's
that's just me.
Yeah, maybe it's just her.
I can legit go out to the club. Most times my face will be bare. All I have is powder and lip gloss. Have a nice dress. Have a nice hair. And I just want to go out for myself.
Okay, so why would you put the extra effort?
Because I don't want to look scruffy, basically. It's just, I want to look tight. I want to look
But
neat.
if you're not interested in anybody, you can go out.
I can't go out
you
looking
want.
like a mad person because I just want to go out anywhere I want to go out. I can't go out.
I'll take me for an example. I go out. Sometimes I don't go out like clean. I go out like scruffy.
How scruffy? How bad?
Super like
Your
beards
dress is
all
sogged.
grow out.
Your dress is sogged. Your shoes are dirty.
Oh man,
your hair
it's not
is
that
white.
serious now.
That is what we are saying. As a woman, it should be properly kept under any circumstance.
But there's a reason for that. What's the reason for that?
I don't. Is it personal hygiene?
Because you might see your husband.
Most you guys need to understand that women do not do things because of men. We do things because we feel like we do things. Some women do things because of men, but not all women do things because of men or because they want to be attractive.
You cannot generalize like that.
You can't generalize that. Sometimes I look very homeless.
But I feel like it's very intentional at the same time. Even if you don't do it for men, but there's a certain level of intention.
Yeah, because I want to look
it.
good. I want another girl to see me. I was like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. I want to look good.
So why can't you say you want another man to look at you like you look so beautiful?
Same thing, If you look
Look, no matter how you try to convince me, I also feel like whatever women do, they always have men at the back of the head.
Please. The world does not revolve around you.
Do you know why he's saying that? Do you know why he's saying that?
No.
Do you know why he's saying that? To us men, I feel like this is my own perspective. A lot of things we do it to look good for the opposite sex.
Exactly.
And that is what motivates us.
Because if he wasn't even there, we wouldn't even try.
Exactly.
We wouldn't even be
let me give you an example. That is how there are women on different levels. There are different types of motivation. Somebody like Dangote that wakes up every morning and wants to get more. There is more to it that still revolves around a woman. That's the power that you women have over us.
Super.
So I understand why he's trying to make you understand that eventually, even if you wake up in the morning and you don't really dress to impress, there's still this guy that you might see later.
I might see on the road.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So there still has that percentage rate,
Yeah,
so,
because there's a certain level. There's a certain level of the opposite sex that attracts us to how we present ourselves.
Yeah.
Because if this world was packed with girls, bruh, I feel like I just need a microscope from wherever God is gonna be pulling me and be like, this is restricted women. Just look at it, and I'll just be looking at it.
Man,
I'll see all of you going wild.
And women are different, very different.
Yeah. So I feel like there's a certain level of attraction that's associated with opposite sex. That's why we try to be who we are, and we're trying to like represent ourselves in the same way. So I don't really. That's me. If I'm going out, if I'm trying to vibe or something, I always have the opposite sex at the back of my head. That's
you. Moving on, please. Next.
So in terms of Lagos, let's talk about like Kizuki. Let's talk about some of our experiences with some of the Lagos girls out here, right?
Yeah.
I've had mad experiences.
But this is the bad, the good, and the funny.
I'm not gonna trip because like everything is transactional. That's the perception I always had.
Yeah.
And that's like sort of like
if
deterred.
If you go out and you like trying to mix up with the social like crowd in Lagos, a lot of what's going on there is kind of like transactional. If you're not careful.
Yeah, it is. It's
if
typically
you
it.
move about maybe just randomly. Okay, let me give you an example. If you randomly go to a club in Lagos and you try to chat to a girl, there is a 80% chance that she will not. It won't be like in the UK, bruh, where you go to maybe Oceana.
Yeah.
And you randomly see a really nice looking young lady and you walk up to her and she's trying to know what your vibe is. She's trying to maybe see
just
how
about
you
you. How you dance, how you
see
move, how you smile. What?
He used to be like one of them boys. But Yo,
I came to Lagos and Lagos is like
Lagos really. So I get where he's coming from. If you've lived anywhere outside Nigeria, you understand how. Maybe let me even say outside Africa, because I have a friend that just came back from AC and he's like complaining when AC girls look at Nigerian boys, they just see money. They don't see love. No matter how much you spend, a Nigerian boy spend on an South African chick, she will always look at him as money. So you see how, bruh, it's such an African thing. But I know how him then in uni, randomly, you see him in a club, we all look nice. We all probably bought a bottle of Moet.
Yeah, exactly. Buttermore, Hennessy.
And then randomly bump into a really good-looking Italian girl or...
They want your money. They got money. They'll give you money.
Exactly. So you see how that kind
They'll give you money.
I'm sure you understand that cultural value is actually different. The cultural values of the Western world is different from our cultural values.
Exactly.
Hope you know you need to put this into consideration.
I have another point.
Our economy is not the same thing, please.
I have another point to make.
Number 2.
Emeka, you also have to understand where a lot of Africans are suffering. People don't have money. You understand?
That's so sad.
So some females are like
everything they need to grab.
Exactly. They are the ones that help their family. So a whole lot of hustling have to go down, a whole lot of sacrifice have to happen. So it's totally two different society.
Yeah, but
one thing I love about Lagos girls is that Lagos girls they hustle. Lagos girls walk like Lagos girls literally walk like they walk. You can't compare. I'm from Ondo. You can't compare an Ondo girl to a Lagos girl. Lagos girls they hustle, they walk. Is it the 9 to 5? Is it the 6 to 1 a.m.? Lagos girls walk. They're very hardworking. They're a set of hardworking women. You see girls 22, 30 years old, 35, buying houses. You see more than 60, 40, 50 buying houses. You see them carrying their families. Lagos women walk, like they are very, very hardworking. That's one thing I can say. That's one of the good things I can say about Lagos women, and I'm proud to be a Lagos woman too. Lagos girls are very hardworking. Very, very hardworking.
Yeah.
I'm take that away, man. See, like, because it rubs off, Lagos girl can go anywhere in this world and make it happen. Say a woman can make a man, or break a man, depending. Lagos girls can make you or break you, and it's just because they're so very determined. So I'm not gonna take that away because.
Why is she pointing at
You see Lagos girls broke your heart now.
They broke my heart too.
I mean, he too.
Since your baby was not a Lagos girl.
Yeah, she's a Lagos girl too.
It was that kind of situation for me as well.
Yeah, in her sense.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So,
let's not even talk about Lagos men because we start there.
Because the thing is that the only thing you need to give them is just give them something, right? And they can make it. They can multiply it.
Yeah.
So you give them just a drop of something. They could take it and just into
a bottle.
Yo, businesses, shops, like brands, makeup, hair, nails, whatever it is, like they go ham. And I'm not gonna cap. It's part of the reason why they're being trained to be like that is the economy, and the economy has forced them to understand that like they have to really fend for themselves,
learn how to survive.
So, yeah, you have to survive. So they can really multiply your fortunes. But what I know that they necessarily need is someone that could push it, that could instigate it, that could start the process for them, because sometimes it's very difficult to start the process when you are in an environment that's predominantly dominated by men. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for you to start, you're in a competition with men that are trying to start. But if they have like an extra hand of someone that could just ignite the fire, then the flame is gonna blow the whole city out. That's my perspective. What do you think?
I mean, you're right. You're right in your own sense.
In a sense, right?
Yeah.
It's honestly true.
But you guys also have to understand why, in the general sense, it looks like the negative.
Always.
Exactly. the positive side of Lagos.
Yeah, the
State.
negative and the positive sides.
Yeah.
And truthfully, the negative sides somehow do outweigh the positive sides. And yeah, I'm not going to lie to you.
That's the bad side.
I mean, there's a lot of positives that I want to take away from him. But there's one thing that always pisses me off all the time is the entitlement. You understand? You can't just meet a guy today and tomorrow you're asking him to pay your rent.
Lagos girls.
Lagos girls for you. In the instance of it.
Yeah,
like sometimes
sick.
sometimes it's the first day. Like it's the first they see you and they're like, okay, I met you, you're hot, it looks like you have money. Oh, and by the way, I need to pay my rent tomorrow. It's so.
That's bad.
It's bad.
It's really bad. Apart from even being it's coming from Lagos girls, it's like really disgusting.
It's like a conflict of interest.
It's bad.
Because I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to understand who you are and figure you out. And the first thing you're telling me after our first date is to pay your rent. Now that's damn right disrespectful. And that's what you get from some Lagos girls. Facts.
No facts.
Yeah, that's true. But let me ask you guys a question. So right now, we've basically said there are two types of Lagos girls. There are the ones that hustle and they are good and they're nice, and then there are these ones that are 100% transactional.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, the transactional ones are way more than the good ones. So the question I want to ask is, where do you find the good Lagos girls? This question is
Obi's house on a Monday night.
You find a good Lagos
so?
girl. Let me tell you where you're going to find a good Lagos girl. Why I feel you're going to find a good Lagos girl. You find her on the mainland. Period.
Bro,
What's that?
are fucking capping.
What's
You
that?
have no
You'll
idea
find her on the mainland.
of what
For
goes
me.
down on the mainland.
I feel like you find her on the mainland.
I disagree with you.
I don't think your location determines how much of a good person you are.
I think
I
it
do
does.
not.
It does.
You're being classist.
You surround yourself.
He has never been to the mainland.
You surround yourself. You
Probably
surround
doesn't
yourself.
even know anybody on the mainland. So he doesn't know what's going down on the mainland.
But you surround yourself around people that are not very obsessed about money. And I'm not saying being obsessed about money is a problem. You can be obsessed about money. You can be hungry for money. But you surround yourself around people that are excessively obsessed about money. It's a good thing. But at the same time, I feel like you can get a good girls in the mainland because I don't think a lot of them are just really into your pocket. I don't think they're into your pocket. No, I'm not dissing mainland.
Yeah.
I'm saying that you're most likely going to find someone decent as opposed to the island because the moment a girl comes to the island, her perception is I'm coming to money. That's it.
I mean, there is
For me,
there's a
even
level
the
of
mainland
truth
girl
to what
taking
you're
it,
saying,
even the
but
mainland girl
I feel
taking a
like-
trip, even the mainland girl taking a trip on a weekend or whatever to come out here, right? Dressing all
I bet
smart.
you this place now,
Her
Dubai.
mentality
They're
is
going
that
to
she's
drag
gonna.
your teeth
Her mentality is that she's gonna meet one big boy. That's why she would dress the fuck out of her and come to the island because her mentality is that I feel hammer today.
Wow.
Now ain't be that now.
Wow.
Now I'm not saying there are not a lot of mainland girls like that. No, I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not. You guys don't get me wrong. I'm not really trying to be so emphasized about it. But I think there are much more the percentage of decent girls, and then when I say decent, I mean like approachable in terms of like they could sort of understand you. Right? For me,
Are you looking for broke girls?
Not broke girls. I'm just trying to
I guess
let me summarize it for you.
Majority
Majority of the girls that are looking for clout in Lagos, Nigeria are all on the island. Period. You can tell me not.
Majority of the girls
They're looking for clout. Yeah, they're all on the island.
True though.
They're not on the mainland. You can't tell me what I know. I know this. I move.
But most of them came from the mainland now.
And they come here and get initiated and don't want to go back again.
Because life on the island is sweet.
It's sweet. It's sweet. And then what comes after sweet? The money. What comes after the money? The clout. What comes after the clout? The fame. What comes after the fame? The riches. There are a lot of people that have set a standard for them to understand that this is the process. That's my perspective. You understand? I don't want to go to a club and meet a girl I like and you're so beautiful and I really want to come up to you and trying to make you understand that this is who I am and this is what I do and trying to open up myself to you and all you're looking at me is like I'm a fucking bag of money.
But then again, I'm going to ask you a question. What are your intentions?
Well, it doesn't
In
matter.
regards to walking up to them, most of you want to sleep with a woman on the first date. Sorry, mind my language. This story about you don't want to get to know her, you want to get to know what's in between her legs.
It's a lie.
Is it true?
It's a lie.
This is what happens most times at the club.
It's
They're
not
going-
it's not
it
always
is
that.
not even see
True,
Lagos
true.
men are
No,
too
me, I
thirsty.
stand on the truth.
Lagos men are thirsty, which is why Lagos women also want
Understand
everything they have
that
in
we-
their
that we are
pocket.
thirsty.
Period. Lagos men are thirsty.
Facts.
Lagos men are very thirsty.
Bruh, are you not
very,
thirsty?
very, very
Yeah, we want
thirsty.
we want what we want.
Thirsty.
You know
We want what we want, but at the
You
same
know
time,
what
we also want something else too.
And she also wants something else too.
So
It's,
everyone,
it's equal, give and you take.
so everyone, what you
You
saying?
want
Everyone
something,
explain
she wants
yourself.
something.
Fair
Give,
point.
It's give and take.
That's why you guys have arrived to my first initial question.
Which is there love in Lagos?
Is there love in Lagos?
Yes, there is love in Lagos. Let's look in the right places.
There is, right? I feel like there is, but like from my perspective, like the love that can really come from the love that you can really get, honestly, from my perspective, is from a girl's perspective, from a guy perspective, a girl that's not desperate, and from a girl's perspective, a guy that will give her respect. That's why I feel the love is going to come in.
To be honest,
Respect in the sense that you're going to be utterly, cohesively, what's the other word, like on her. And then to a certain level of points, you can do anything you want in this world if you are going to be
A provider.
truthfully to her. Like you,
No, to be honest,
you understand what I mean? If you're going to, a Lagos girl will give you whatever you want if you're going to be her number one topic. Period. And then, like I said, action speaks louder than words. If you can show it, that's it. You understand? But
true.
the money is also there too as well. You know,
No, love.
the money is also there too. So the money is a big factor.
This brings me to another question. Can love work with money? Without money?
I don't believe in love without money. Thank you.
Then you're lost.
That is
You're
me.
lost.
Thank you. I don't believe in love without money. Thank you.
Why?
Money here, love here, together is one.
Bro, what's your perspective on what
There's love without money.
Yeah.
But we take it out. We have to go out from Africa and go to the Western world. You understand? The moment you drop down in Muritala in the airport, you understand? Your pocket is shaking. So that instantly tells you the environment that you're going into.
The environment you're coming into.
You understand? So the moment you stop from the airport, it tells you this is the kind of environment you're going into. Boom. But aside from that, I believe there's love without money, but it's not in the environment that we're in now.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the future generation, they may begin to start understanding that money is not a priority. But there's certain places in the Western world where money is not the key. I've dated so many beautiful girls, amazing girls, like giving my time. I know in
Some
the
of them
UK,
are
in the
married,
US, and the
actually.
States, some have kids,
That's the problem.
some have grown up, some are like
he was a
some of
lesson.
our girls, are
He
gone.
made them,
Yeah, some of
better.
them, I met them when we were all cool and they have kids, some are married, some are all that.
Some
And
vouching
money
for my
was never
guy.
the factor. Like it was just pure, sheer affection. Love. Like I look at you, I really admire you, I really care for you. I want to be with you. Yeah, so you can never take it away from Nigerian girls. They work hard as fuck. They hustle as fuck. Anywhere they go, they make it happen. You or not you, they make it happen. And if you
Facts.
Jones, they join a white man. If you
Facts.
Jones, they leave you. If you Jones, you're on your own. But once they
Facts.
see a Niger boy on the same turfs as them, you guys are bloods. She go feel leave you. She go feel leave you, but it's just gonna be like for 2-3 minutes. Get me? And come straight back to you because you understand the culture can never change. How am I saying that?
Intact.
Intact. Facto now, facto. But on another realm, back to hometown, man. Let's talk about this our Olosho babes where they here, man. No, be say no. Let's not cap on that because that like listen. Someone told me one thing. He said there are a few things. There are a few things that are the most economical businesses in Lagos, and this is someone that's from international, right? And the things he mentioned, right? He didn't even mention being a businessman because I know Nibo like me. Nibo,
I can't relate.
You can't relate because she's a sexy demon. And but we have a few things. We have sex sells, facts, right? Politics, sex sells, facts, right? Oil and gas sells, facts, right? And fraud sells. That's it. And aside from that, the businessmen and all this stuff. You can attack me, but I know me. I'm talking cap. I'm not capping. I'm talking real shit, right? So the fact that sex sells, it means that there's a lot of market, and that market is saturated to the point where like it's like, bruh, if you're coming down to this turfs in like Lagos and you're not making a bag, you have two options, man. You either gonna walk at a counter and start selling shit for Ebano supermarkets and be selling and stay there, or you say fuck that and wake up every night to get something that they will make in 1 month in one night. And that's big. You understand what I mean? That's 1 month of going back and forth to work that someone can wake up at night and make. So if we don't address that about Lagos girls, then it means that we're fucked up. No capping. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that street stuff. That street shit, you know, that real shit, you know, where the bag is, where niggas go to every time, you know. So what makes you think that a girl would want to go into that line? Or what would you think would encourage a girl to be like, oh, you know what, fuck it, man. At the end of the day, I'm enjoying and I'm winning at the same time. You feel what I mean? Yeah, it's a win-win situation. But the only thing about it is that at some point it gets addictive. It gets too much. So it's like when you're enjoying and you're making it, it's like, how can you bring yourself out of it? That's the key thing. How can you bring yourself out of the fact that, you know, that like this is luxury for money. At the same time, it's a win-win, but you on the other end, you're selling your virtuality. But if you can sacrifice your virtuality for the cash, it doesn't mean shit. That's why I saw this Guinness shit that they were doing about some girl that so cooked for whatever the fuck. I saw on a blog that there's a girl doing a 6 marathon to break a Guinness World Record in Nigeria. Like you feel what the fuck I mean? And talking about like niggas that already stand. You feel me? It's the clout, it's the money, and she knows how much she's gonna bag out of that. This is something that you don't really need to do. Nigeria is so rural. You don't need to do that out here because like in the Western world, just fucking go to OnlyFans and show a bunch of motherfuckers your foot or your toe, and they'll cash you out. Bag. Yeah, so they ain't even thinking that realm. They're trying to do a sexathon. What's that they call it? They call it a sexathon. See if you get energy, or I'm not gonna line up.
I feel like that was a joke thing.
Ain't no fucking joke, nigga.
Is there any record like that in the world?
Bruh, I saw it. And someone was trying to do
I
that
saw it
shit.
online, but
Yeah, I saw it online
Nigerian
too.
guy. I think it was a Yoruba boy. Yoruba man.
Sexathon, like for real. So let's talk about it, right? Because I understand that you have to feed your family, you have responsibilities, you probably might have kids, you probably might have a bunch of people that looking up to you, and you have a standard that you have to put up for yourself. And you're saying, okay, I'm leaving the trenches of my home. I'm leaving this village, and I'm going out to Lagos, and I have to make it. And if you don't make it, you can't come back, because when you come back without nothing, you're disrespected. So let's understand it from their perspective and how they feel, and the reason why they have to do what they do.
I mean, country's hard.
It's hard.
It's tight.
But the thing is, when I talk to people, I always say, country is hard, but the country has always been hard. That is why, like, this Olosho business or sexathon or whatever has been in existence from time immemorial. It's just like, I know, like, there was a time, maybe 15 years ago, where they were talking about women moving from, I think, Edo State to Italy or some shit like that, you know, for prostitution and stuff and sex trafficking and stuff. So, as far as our country remains poor, the easiest thing for a woman to sell is her body, and money will come out.
But then again, we have to know that prostitution is the oldest profession in the world.
Exactly.
And there's prostitution everywhere. It's not just a Lagos thing. Go to the UK, you have prostitutes. Go to Paris, you have prostitutes. Go to Dubai, you have prostitutes. It's everywhere. It has always been, and it will still always be. So it's not basically a Lagos girls thing. Yes, we have girls who prostitute themselves in Lagos, but I will not judge anybody because I don't know what you're going through. Like he said, some people have to feed their families. Different things. The economy is really, really, really bad. So I will not blame anybody who decides to go the other way. But for me, I will not go the other way. I believe there are other options.
But when you see, when you don't date place with light.
But I make money, but then again.
When you don't date place with light, never date 24/7.
You men are
7 days a week.
Can I say
going
something?
close to half a month. And you're like, yo, like
you men.
For me, I could feel the pain. So I'm not coming from a perspective of discrimination. I'm coming from a perspective of hurt. You know, I'm coming from a perspective of, hey, I have to do something. Regardless, I have to bring myself and my family out of this situation. You understand?
And that's like the only way.
And if that's the only way, you're like, yeah.
But you men enable prostitution.
We do actually.
Who is dropping the money? Who is calling the women? You men are enablers of prostitution.
Yeah.
So that's just it. You men are enablers.
Because that's the environment that we're in.
So in the UK and Koda, you have prostitutes. Is it because of the economy is so bad?
To be honest, in the UK, I feel like
those motherfuckers are gonna get arrested. That's what the fuck they're gonna do. They're gonna get arrested because because you're in an environment. If you are in an enabling environment, if you're in an environment where the system works, there's no need for you to do prostitution. Like if we Lagos here are in an environment where this environment works, bruh, that shit, the percentage of this positive shit is gonna cut down like about 60%. And damn there, if this environment is like the UK, given the way Nigerian girls and Lagos girls work hard, bruh, we'll probably eliminate the whole shit. Because all these girls don't need that. As far as they know that the government is giving them the strength that they need to move and support
and the right structures are in place.
It will drop. Facts.
But let me tell you, you're getting something confused. You're talking about the low-level prostitution. You understand that there are high-class prostitutions as well.
Because it all builds. It all builds.
I mean, like,
it
there
all
are people
builds.
that still have everything that they need.
And flying private jets,
exactly.
innit?
They still want more. That's the power of money. Once you get it, you keep.
You don't want to lose it.
But when you're in an environment where someone comes up to you and tells you, "Hey, I wanna give you such cash," and you know you can't be bribed, you can't be bought, and you be like, "Yo, the fuck are you talking about?"
Bro, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. No, I want to ask you this question. It's not you.
Okay.
I don't want to sound disrespectful, but from every full respect, but I really want to get your perspective on this. Do you have a prize?
That's a very deep question.
Think about it. Take your time.
A prize for what?
You understand what I'm saying?
A prize.
Just don't.
That'd be prize.
I'm just going straight to the point.
You don't enter me.
You understand?
That'd be prize. I have a prize.
Exactly my point. Yeah. Hold it. Emeka.
Yeah.
Do you have a price?
I don't got no pride.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, give me a deeper question. Make it more concrete.
No.
Don't be.
Think
like
about
a-
it. Think about it.
Think about
Emeka,
it.
do you have a
Think about
prize?
it. Thank you for asking
I ain't
the
got
question.
no pride.
Okay,
Emeka.
hold on. Okay.
So you have to be more. Don't be
This is
raw.
more
Make the
specific.
question raw. Exactly. No sugar coat them. Tell me.
Okay, so the
Make I
thing
understand.
is, see what I mean? Yeah. I feel like everyone has a price. What you might say is that you don't know your price yet. Your price might have never been tested.
Actually,
Sometimes you might you might never see yourself in a situation where someone wants to test your price.
that's like the last thing.
Exactly. But everybody has a price.
Let's just hope that we shouldn't be in situations whereby
Exactly.
Look at
we need to
me.
name a price.
I feel that, bro. That's
Exactly.
I respect
That's
that. I
just
respect
it.
that.
It all now boils down
yeah.
to purchasing power.
And how you play your game.
Exactly.
That's
That's
the thing.
why a lady might be in the streets selling her body to cheap miscreants.
For the opportunity
So we
to
have
get
we
her
have,
price.
we have expensive miscreants.
Wait for the wait
Cheap
for the
miscreants.
opportunity to get her price or what?
Exactly. That's where she set her price. That's where she thinks she belongs. And there is another lady who is probably on a jet right now to an island
Yeah,
with
doing the same thing.
probably has $1 billion
Like
naira.
a ton of security following her.
You
Yeah,
understand? And it's the same thing.
the same process. Yeah,
It's
I
just
feel
the
you.
same thing.
That's some
So
deep
that's
shit.
when you understand it from that perspective, you understand that as far as the world is, as far as we're in Africa, it will never die. Transactional sex will always be there. That's the way. I feel
One way or
like
the
that's the-
other,
that's the-
directly
that's the
or
most-
indirectly.
always
That's
be
the
there.
because you're in an environment where things are not balanced.
Why I'm saying that is because, okay, of course, as original Lagos boys will be, rumor has it in the streets that most of these class B, class C celebrities, they just sell their body to these men. That's why the men are not as rich as the women. The women make more cash than the men.
Yeah. Obviously, it's easier.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now, are you trying to tell me that to a point where they even make enough? Are you trying to tell me that they've not found themselves in a better situation where they have the shoes stop? They just keep on continue. They just keep on want. If she's driving an ML today, she want to have a Bentley tomorrow.
No cap.
No cap.
If she
No cap.
gets a
fact.
Bentley, she would like to move from Lakey Face
And it's
to
addictive.
Banana Island.
That's
Now you're talking.
When you get to Banana Island,
it's
moving
addictive.
to Dubai won't be bad, you know.
Bruh, it's
I don't know if you get
addictive.
what I'm saying.
You know.
So when
Moving.
you get that, you understand it has absolutely nothing to even do with the environment. It has nothing to me. The way I see it, since I moved back to Nigeria, yeah, I've understood the level of corruption we all have in ourselves as Africans. That's why we are the way we are. That's why we have government officials that just they pay you to do bridge that your children's children will enjoy. But you carry the whole money, go out, go dump am for one bank for Yankee. You understand? That's the deep level of corruption that we have as black people. Sometimes I feel like if you want to identify a problem, if you know you have a problem, number one way of solving it is to identify what
And
your
it's fine.
problem is.
True. Facts.
When you don't even know what your problem is, that's when you're fucked. So that's it. So when you understand it, you understand how every black man that sees himself in a position of power, you see how they act. You see how they lose their way. You see, that's why you see your governors and your
And then
commissioners.
the hunger for the power increases
Exactly.
because you get more. You want more.
You want
African
more.
countries are still the only countries that have tyrants spread all over. Only in Africa. Check other continents. So when you understand how deep this shit is, you understand how people always find the opportunity to want more. Even
Associated
some
to
of
greed.
these people on the streets that some of them they are selling their body, they might even at some point make enough.
enough, but they will
But
always
they
go
won't
back.
stop. I know
Yes.
someone like
It's
that.
like a drug.
Yeah,
No, it's a drug. It's an addiction.
it's an addiction.
You understand?
It goes from
nobody
accomplishing
can
your
metamorphose
goals.
from that to being a normal.
But no,
human
you're
being.
like, nah, you're
It
the
goes,
used to it.
yeah,
Loving
it goes
and
from
being normal
accomplishing
and-
your goals to realizing that this is
Can never
beyond
work.
what you are getting regularly.
Exactly.
It's an addiction.
It's deep. It's deep. So when you understand it, I feel like as a society now, we just have to embrace what we have as our reality. You can't fight it. You can't. If you are an enabler, you are an enabler. If you're not, there has to be some people that has to be normal, that has to do the right things. You know, there are people like that, and there are people that will enable them, and that's just the cycle we're in as an underdeveloped country. Until we develop, and then we have proper systems working, then a lot of things can checkmate.
Yeah.
And it has to start from the top. It won't even like start. What's this bottom thing? What's transact? What's that? It has to start from the fucking top. You know, that's a go when. See, I was in China, yeah. So and there's this town called Guangzhou where all Igbo guys, you know, we Igbo guys, we are mostly like importers and stuff. That's where the major port is. That's where the major markets are, where you buy stuff. So obviously, you know how Igbo men move. A whole lot of Igbo men stay there. I started hanging out with some of these men, and then most of them there's this big presence of women there as well. Because the women understand that the big businessmen come to that place.
Terrain. Yeah.
Terrain.
Definitely.
You understand? You just see how it just walks wherever. It's like wherever the money goes.
The women
It
follow
drives.
you.
Law of attraction.
Exactly.
Wherever the money goes, the women follow you.
Definitely. Yeah. So you were saying?
So yeah. I'm done chatting.
So it's basically what we were trying to explain. It was like there's a law of attraction, and wherever the money goes, everything goes.
Everything goes. Everything goes. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
Everything just
But you
goes.
have to figure how you have to figure out how you can deal with it.
You just have to. I feel like as a man, you just have to be strong. You have to be not be an enabler, you know.
Yeah, we're in an environment. We're in an environment that like we need to address it. You understand? Because I also feel like even in that environment that you're in, like I said, law of attraction, there's so many laws, and they come through and they come to that terrain that you're in because they feel like that's where the men go. But for us in Africa, I feel like we need to sort of understand. We need to sort of understand how we can not make certain mistakes. And I don't want to get too deep or too emotional because I love my country so much. I love my country so much. I actually do love Nigeria so much. Nigeria is like a lot of people ask me like Mecca Mills, get the fuck out of this place because you don't need to be in this place. Like, and I'm like, no.
A lot
If
of
I
people are
go,
believing that.
who would do the fucking work? Who would make it happen? You know? And I feel like I need a lot of people out here to come here and be like, yes, if we leave, who's going to stay? A bunch of people from the remote area that are going to come out here to Lagos and they feel like Lagos is their last hope. Nah. New York is the shit. Los Angeles is the shit. You understand? The UK is the shit. Don't fucking stay in the village and think Lagos is the shit. Because Lagos ain't shit.
Lagos ain't shit, bro.
But you're here.
I mean, you get what we mean. Lagos ain't
You
shit.
get what
If
we
you've been
mean.
around, you understand that Lagos ain't shit.
Actually.
And it takes a bunch of strong men to come in here and make
We
it
still have a whole
happen.
lot of growing to do.
Call people are getting too emotional.
Yeah, I told you I get emotional when it comes to my
bet.
country. I really love my country so much. But nonetheless, this is the RadarVault podcast coming out with episode 2. of the RadarVault podcast, season 2, episode 2. You'll be out here with Mecca Mills, always out here to get that good, depending on how you feel. And I was with Aramide. Aramide came in and she gave us her own perspective. And Zuki Main, this is my homeboy. I ain't got a cap because we're making another track soon, but
bro.
we already got one already. You can check it out anywhere. Listen to music. It's called Colin Maker featuring Zuki Main. A badass banger, and we're gonna keep making it happen. So yeah, thank y'all for bumping to the second episode of Season 2 of RadarVault podcast.
You're
I love all
welcome.
y'all. Give them a shout out too. Yeah,
And shout out to Chimdi, man.
Oh, Chimdi, yo, badass producer, man. I love that nigga so much.
Really nice nigga.
Yeah, I love him so much. And we came out tonight. We did it. I'm going to see y'all guys on the next episode. So make sure y'all guys stay tuned, stay tapped in. And we ain't going nowhere. Peace.
Yes. Peace.
Go, gadget flow. Go, gadget flow. Go, gadget flow.